All right, so we're about 7 minutes after 10 Eastern time, and just want to kind of go back to see what happened here today, this morning. Um, you can see I turned these from red to blue. Once we're above it and it looks like we're going to hold, these are now area like what was once resistant becomes support, as they say. Okay. Um, Actually, it doesn't become anything unless the people are their players there. It's nothing. It's just an area to watch. Okay, that being said, what I had done after I'd shut the video before, I thought it was a good idea to move these together. So that's a important safety tip. So, if I put these because this volume profile gets in the way, but if I want to look at these 30-minute bars as a head and shoulder pattern, and you can already see, I'm going to go there, that this actually, I kind of told you how this was going to, how this might work out. So I had actually split it back again, which I shouldn't have done. Split it back again, like this. I can't remember what I was looking for now. I don't remember why I split it out again, but it caused me to take a little heat because I did take a long at 75, and I should have waited till it came a little closer. And my little chart over here is over in this tab, and but if you remember, I drew this earlier. Remember how I said we might get up here? I didn't know it would be in the first 30 minutes, but we got up here and it came back down. Look at that, right against that. That's where I said you want to like look for it to retrace back here and get long. Well, I got in at 75, so I took a little heat. I'm not in it now. I did not take much out of that. I took one off at I think 6 ticks, and then I took another off. I moved a break even plus a tick, and guess what? I got just one tick. So, oh no, excuse me. I took one off at 5 ticks, and then it came back and got me at one tick. So, I mean, it wasn't a loss. It was, I made 6 ticks on that trade, but look where I would still be in it. But like I said earlier, I I woke up at 4:30 this morning and I didn't fall asleep till 1:30, so that's not necessarily a good thing. Excuse me, I got to check this. As you can see, uh, what we're looking at here is a slow grind, short covering rally. There, so far it's sort of slow. It's not like rocketing up. So let's go back to the profile. I need to put this back together. We don't need the head and shoulders right now. Serve its purpose. So you can see I got my previous day low sort of back together. I need to make these lines different, but came back in here, close the gap, and we're inside. Now, if we can stay inside the value area, now we might retrace and see back to the A high, previous day's low. They probably will close that. It may come down to the POC, even the VPOC. It could roll back over. I mean, I always say I don't know. I hopefully get to where I don't have to keep saying that because I don't know, and that ought to be a given. Anything I say will happen or might happen. There's no guarantees. I'm just talking about odds, and it's a roadmap. That's all. This is just a map. We don't know what cars are on the road or what's going to happen at that intersection. That's one way to look at it. All right, so you can see we're back into the value area of Monday, and it's coming out of the value area again. Would I want to short against this? No, because look at the overnight. We've still got, look at all these stops in here. We've got a lot of considerations for a short covering rally. This A was an open drive down. These areas were left on there from Monday. I don't know if I'll take them off or not. I'm not talking about trade calls on those right now. So this area was, though, this is like an area to short. You can see I would not have shorted it right on this edge myself, but I'd wait till, now that I see the C high, I'd want to see it get up here to this VPOC. So I'd even maybe adjust this a little bit. Like, is this being an area to short? All right, okay, I'm getting a little far away from what I wanted to do as a review. So we didn't come back down through the open. We didn't come down at all. So they were going to close the gap, looks like. There's shorts covering. And okay, I took another trade too against this 75, okay, in A. So that one was okay, but I didn't, this was just a you know, not more than the other one, but not a lot. Okay. I didn't stay in it very long. Um, this one came down and I took a little bit of heat. Okay. Obviously. Um, now it, see, I forget how it went. I don't believe I took this much heat. I don't think I took this much heat. I can't remember. I think I my got my money. I got my trade done, and then it came back down again and went. Oh, maybe not. You know what? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Okay. So at any rate, but it did come against me a little bit, and went down to that, you know, that trend line or that neckline. I'm sorry, not trend line, neckline, and came back up. So, you know, conservative is always better. You might miss it, might have come here and then, you know, gone. The other thing was this to look at was this was right here. And that's what I was also thinking about why I went 75. This is the midpoint of the A period. There's many times where the midpoint of a TPO will be where the midpoint of a profile, you can think of it as a 50% retracement. The midpoint of the, you know, the previous TPO, it's an area where traders might step in and continue the direction. And that's what sort of happened here. But once again, there's a lot of it's a lot of fuzziness on levels and stuff, areas. There's just fuzziness. I think it's just because it's thin and it's just thin. That's all. So, you know, once I turn these blue, once we started getting up here, I need to look at these as support areas now, and that's what happened. So now there were opportunities like, I'm not doing a replay thing here, but when these were red and these were shorts, these areas worked, you know. You saw it, I think, in the video. I'm trying to think what happened here. Okay. There's one of those mornings because of lack of sleep or whatnot. I can't remember. You know, it's hard to think back. You watch all this price action, and there's so much to remember to like exactly what happened. If I'm not in the trade, I'm sort of like, you know, I'm not trying to retain the information. I'm just trying to feel it. So, all right, that's the review. Let's take a look going ahead here. Whoops, let me merge this again. What can we expect going ahead? So our VPOC is down here. The way this volume is built out, it's not very, doesn't look like the volume is very heavy this morning, and I'm not looking at something else. So, okay, so it came in here. They got this, you know, this D high might have been a place to short, and you'd been okay so far. I would not have wanted to because it looks to me like they might want to, you know, you never know when it takes a high, if it's just going to go one tick or all of a sudden there's going to be a bunch of stops there that just, you know, kapow, and it just kind of rockets up, jumps up. So this was a nice short, nice area to short. How would you know to short this level? Well, again, you know, you can always use a high or something like this, and then maybe have your stop above the side. But I think, you know, when you've got a possible short covering rally, it's risky. You know, even though this is in the bigger trend, larger trend direction, you got to watch out for these things. But there's like a lower volume divot, lower volume area, so that may be, you know, playing into it. There's not interest in there. All right, so we're, you know, I wouldn't necessarily short this value area low at this point, as it doesn't look like an area that's really holding on either side. So like we might, you know, right now it looks like, so watch it, it might probably pop right through there. So somebody's trying to sell, see that? There it goes, popping right through. You know, if your stop's up here, you'd be okay, but I don't think we're done yet. I think that right now we got another 15 minutes. Of course, there could be a big flush, but if we open up and see and get a double distribution, look for moving higher. And what I would look for, C could either come back to the previous day's low. These are some, I'm gonna make a couple. Let me see if I got a little arrow tool here. I don't know if I do. There we go. Let's see. Maybe I can make a couple arrows. Oh, wait a minute. I hope that's a pointer tool. Okay. So a couple potential places that if C opens and does close down here, right here. Wish I could pause this video. I'd like to, okay, I'm going to put this in the toolbar going forward. That'll be helpful. Right here at 84, right here at the previous day's low. Again, any one of these places, it is not necessarily going to be exact. And it is beautiful when we have this happen, and it's just about exact, you know. But That's not exactly like a level. That's just sort of a, that's a drawing. It's not necessarily a level in the market. It's just the way a pattern formed. It's a little different possibly. Another place would be and again, we're looking for a place that C might trade down to. And I want to see where, okay. So 84 is also the midpoint of B at this point. Of course, that'll change if it makes new highs before C. So let me see where the value area is now. Value area high in the TPOC, that could be another place to look for. So right in here, so where is C going to bottom out? Why don't we do this? I'm gonna do this. So 84, let's go 84 quarter down to here. So this might be an area to look to get long. Okay, I kind of like this. This is a nice thought. Now we could just rotate all day. I don't know. We could rotate all the way down, take out the lows. Look, not every trade is going to work. Not every idea is going to work. Could even get all the way down. Could have a massive flush. I mean, I could sit here all day and talk about what could happen. I got to kind of draw a line here. 77 was a level. I don't even remember what it was now, but there's the VPOC. So I'm just going to point at these. You got 7750. You got the volume point of control. It could come all the way down to this area. It could come to the B low. So there's more areas where C could trade all the way down, but I'm looking for the idea that we are going to keep moving up. Also, if we open way up here, another thing you could look at is this building some acceptance right here. So C may open up here. If it opens up like up here, it may trade down here and keep going. We'll have another distribution. That's very bullish. Of course, we're going to have a little trouble in this area possibly, so you want to watch that. All right, I could sit here and talk for a long time. I'll just leave that there for now. Now, another possibility in 11 minutes. Again, let's say not a lot changes between now and then. This might be here. What I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to figure this out going forward. This is either by, well, I better leave that green so it'll stand out. And I'll make these red. So this right here could be in C if it opens in here, a place to short it, because, again, if we're expecting to buy down here, there's a lot of money to be made on the travel down. It's with the bigger trend, but again, I think we've seen some short covering, but it's reasonable to expect that there's going to be some, retracement down here before it continues higher, because it's having trouble going higher right now. Explaining how that works, I'm not going to get into all that right now, but that's something to consider. So that was one area. I mean, it could be, now that we're lower than that, could be this, see this distribution right here? It's very tiny, but nevertheless, there's a distribution right there. Could short against that. I don't want to do it, but again, that's a possibility. All right, that's enough for this video. Hope your trading is going well. I'm not, I don't know how much I'm going to be involved. I'm probably not a lot. I've got some family stuff going on and I'm being texted about. I got to address that. All right, I'll be back later, possibly. Bye.